Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Cardboard Coach Neil, and I'm going to a card show today. So this is in my neck of the woods. It's in my backyard almost. It's down at the University of Delaware. I heard about this show about a year ago. Was pretty excited. It's at the Bob Carpenter Center, which is the main arena for the school, and my alma mater, as a matter of fact. And yeah, pretty excited about it. I forgot all about it. There hasn't been a lot of promotion, and apparently the guys that run this, they run the Brotherly Love and the Fishtown shows, one or the other or both. So apparently there's supposed to be 250 plus tables. I'm expecting a lot of TCG, a lot of Pokemon, probably a lot of Ultra Modern as well. I'm hoping for at least a few vintage dealers, hoping to pick something up. Not expecting anything. I never go to a card show thinking, with a certain specific card I'm looking for. I'd rather see what presents itself, kind of like the Sword of Gryffindor, I guess. I don't know. But I'm hoping also to find some supplies. So we'll see. Some oversized, unique top loaders would be great. And, well, let's find out. So I just got inside. The show looks pretty well attended. It was advertised as 250 tables. It looks to be just that. Pretty impressive so far. Inside the main arena, concessions are located upstairs. They are open. And looks like there's going to be some cards down there. Maybe I can buy a couple. Hey, you too. Okay, so I'm back from the show, and what you saw was pretty much it for vintage. There was actually one other table. I just forgot to film it. Mostly 50s and 60s stuff. Some good stuff, but that was it. The show, as you saw, it was a decent size for this area. There was well over 250 plus tables. I would guess probably 100 to 125 dealers. There was a couple people upstairs in the concession area, but if I had to guess, and I didn't count the actual numbers, but I would say at least half, and that's probably being on the low side. At least half were Pokemon and TCG, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. I don't know really anything about it, but it is very, very popular, very trending for a number of years, and it just, it's what I expected. Thankfully, this show was only 10, 15 minutes away. Otherwise, I probably would have, been a little bit disappointed and figured I'd had to buy something. I walked away, which rarely happens, without a single purchase. But hey, there's always the next show. I know Philly is around the corner in a few months in September. But I'll tell you, it just, I was talking to the one vintage dealer out there. He is on the waiting list for Strongsville. Real nice guy. The guy I just showed you the card of. And he had talked about it. And it's something I got to consider because, vintage is what I like. It's what we all like. That people that are subscribing here and the people I subscribe to, for the most part, are vintage type collectors. And, I'll tell you what, I like the community. I know there's something being talked about. I don't know what that is. I don't care. If I can talk to some people and like and subscribe to other channels and maybe interact a little bit. That's great. But you know what? No video is complete without at least a few cards. I'm going to show you just a couple of cards that I picked up in May, because if you're making a video, you got to show something. So this is a 1947 Centennial Flower, Bob Johnson, also known as Indian Bob Johnson. This guy could hit, and he was actually a decent left fielder for the Athletics. Played for a couple other clubs too, but after his career, this is, he went to the Pacific Coast League. So, this is, it's cool. This is the only Centennial Flower. They made pancakes and waffles. So, you can't go wrong with either of those two. And this is the only example that I own of that set. The only example I probably will ever own of that set. But as a type guy, and with a career with the Athletics, and a good one with the Athletics, this was a good addition to the personal collection. One guy that has great cards. He would be in my, most likely would be in my starting 5 rotation for all-time pitchers, and he has some tremendous cards. The only one I'm not a big fan of, actually, is his rookie. But these are 2 Bob Gibsons. These are team issue. They're not postcards. They're blank back. But these are St. Louis Cardinals team issue. They're about the size of a postcard. This is 1963. Again, even just a black and white image, he has it's a good-looking card. And this is his 1967. So, 2 nice pickups, and again, those things are, they're cheap. They're much cheaper than his Topps issues, and I just think they're cooler. So here's another one, and this is another team issue from the Phillies, 1940. This is a little bit bigger. These are these are kind of like paper, very thin, just like those other ones. The Bob Gibsons I showed you, there is a sturdiness to them that this does not have. But Hans Lobert was he was a solid player, not turn of the century, but he was, I think from like about 1908 to probably the early 20s. I think he played for about 14 seasons with a couple of different clubs. Notably the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think that's where he got his start. And having read about him and being familiar with him, decent career, and very fast. Apparently he was like the fastest guy in baseball. And, with 331 steals, I mean, there's some merit to that. But that, actually this, I still have it. This is during his time as a coach with the Phillies. Again, these team issues, they're nice to have if you're a team guy and a typeset guy. But it's, good solid stuff. Moving still with the team issue, and this was, again, I'm still trying to figure this kind of stuff out, but this is a 1948 to 1950 picture pack, and this is Ted Williams. So I do like these SGC holders a lot better than PSA. So this, if this was slabbed by PSA, it'd be in that really exceptionally large holder. I think for black and white issues like this, and actually the other picture packs I have, I don't think the Butterfingers would ever fit in this, but this is a perfect size. It's a little bit bigger than the T3 type holder for PSA, but it presents much nicer in my opinion. It's a blank back, and it's just a real nice image of Ted Williams. And the other pickup in May was a 1953 Dormand postcard, Mickey Mantle. And this is one of two poses. This is a little bit tougher to get. Just a great card. And honestly, to tell you the truth, when you really just kind of, it's just a great image of Mantle. It's got the patch on his sleeve. These Dormand postcards are pretty cool. And to get a 1953 Mickey Mantle for under $300, you know, that presents really, really well, you know, pretty decent shape. It's a blank back. I mean, especially with this type of image, I don't know, you can't go wrong. If you're looking for a Mantle, this is something that you might want to look at. Now, the other Dormand Mantle that he has, it's like a batting pose, and really, really nice looking card. I may have to grab one of these too. I have a couple other Dormands. I got a Yogi, and I got a Pee Wee Reese, and a Roy Campanella, and they're just fantastic cards. Yankees and Dodgers are featured. Jackie unfortunately does not have one. That'd be great. But the other Mantle, the sky is much, much bluer. I don't know if it was a different angle, but it's a really nice looking card. So check those out. 1953 Dormand postcard, and there's a chock full of Hall of Famers and stars. So that's about it. The show, hey, I'm glad I went, but until next time, we'll see you.